Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Seeking Sister Wife, Season 6, Episode 9. I knew this conversation was coming.
I knew this conversation was coming. I knew Garrick was coming. I knew Yesel was coming. A couple of things. Lots of coming.
We didn't expect Reise to be. But
no.
Maybe.
Yeah, the surprise.
Let's start with the Johnson family, Matt and Anjelica, because they're kind of, I feel like, wrapping up their story. We got no Yesel and Danny this week.
They were missed.
A
little bit.
I would choose more of them over watching Matt and Anjelica.
Honestly, the Williamson family's bringing it for me this week. Like, they're getting into their groove now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was kind of annoying to watch them flounder at first there, where they weren't able to have any dates at all. So then that wasn't fun. So it's nice to see that actually taking shape now.
All right, so Matt and Anjelica. Anjelica's been sitting home wondering, where is Matt at? When is he going to get home? I need to hear what happened on this date with Shanay.
I think you know how this was going to go. I think Anjelica kind of knew.
It would have been a Hail Mary, right? A miracle if he would have come home and said, yeah, Shanay's back with us.
I think she knew as soon as the date comes up, their witchy date, that was going to be the end of it, because that was why she didn't mention it on her friend date with Shanay, because she was like, ooh, I don't want to commit to anything here. It's going to be bad.
Matt's just, I don't know if he's defeated. I don't really even feel like that's the vibe. Don't you think this was something that he did for Anjelica, going on this date and trying to fix it one last time?
She's not having it. Yeah, it's not working out. She dumped us. That's it. I couldn't really pay attention to what they were saying because I kept getting distracted by, there's a picture frame that is right behind Anjelica's head where it is flush up against the light switch on the wall, and that was messing me up.
Their whole house is strange.
I don't know.
I have been disturbed by the couches, these leather couches that they have since the first episode.
Yeah, not a fan.
No, they're like the grossest color too. They're like a burgundy, but kind of like a Barney purple in some lighting. They've got the gold rivets on them.
The gold rivets?
You know?
Oh, man.
Some questionable design choices going on in this house.
Yeah, this is brutal.
Does Matt feel bad?
I don't know. I can barely understand him most of the time. He is a very grumbly way of talking about things, and he's not showing any emotion, even though he's heartbroken, allegedly, is what he's saying here. Anjelica wasn't really as upset as I thought that she would get either.
Maybe she's already kind of come to terms with it, because like I said, this is
she knew it was
a last attempt to try to make something happen.
At best, yeah. Like, it was a big ask.
I do think what sucks about it is very clearly she's going to lose her best friend.
Yeah, and now she has to rely on her family for support, which she is basically dreading at this point. And then just based on the preview for next week, we could see why. Her family is very reactive.
Weren't they in a relationship with Shanay for like 3 years?
3 years.
And her family had no idea?
Nope.
That really shows you the position that Shanay held in their family, that you wouldn't even have your family aware of the fact that she exists and that this is something that you guys are doing.
Well, I guess that explains why they wouldn't move to be closer to her or really rearrange too much stuff in their life for that. She's kind of bottom of the priorities list. So honestly, good for Shanay.
Oh, I hope Shanay stays away.
I hope Shanay has learned
on from them.
From this lesson here to say, no, you don't get to treat me like that.
I don't really know if Matt ever had real feelings for Shanay. I kind of think this was just a convenient situation where Anjelica and her had a good relationship. There was no jealousy. And he got to hook up with Shanay when he had time to. And for a long time, she didn't really ask that much in return. And when the relationship got too serious, they bailed on her.
And I mean, it seems like Anjelica's losing the most here because that was her emotional support. That was her entire basis of this relationship. I don't think she can do a relationship with Matt without somebody else involved now.
Well, that's why they said, let's take a little break and then we'll start seeking again.
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to make it without.
No. I also don't imagine that they're going to have much success finding someone else like Shanay.
No, I don't think so.
I kind of think she put up with a lot that other people won't,
Very much so.
The Davis family, you want to go to see what happens with Teresa?
Oh boy. Okay. So Teresa is meeting up with her friend Brandon from high school at a pool hall.
These two could not be more visually polar opposite.
I wanted to see a photo of them in high school together. Like I would have done unspeakable things to be able to see that photo.
Well, we already know, according to Cara Berry, she's the Cookie Monster pajama girl.
And she adopted a gay friend in high school.
And here they are today.
That's him. Yeah,
it's impressive that their relationship has lasted this long because, I mean, the way that the Davises talk about Teresa, you would think that nobody could stand to be around her for more than 25 minutes because she needs so much attention and positive reinforcement.
Well, I think that's more so in being in a relationship with her. It's fun to be a friend with her. She has like a self-deprecating sense of humor. If you look at it that way, it's funny. Kind of. It's funny when it's not sad.
When she said, I'm starting to wear thin on them, that was the moment where the light bulb went off of she's aware. Because at first I thought either she was blissfully unaware or she was trying to play like she had no idea they were annoyed with her because it's buying her more time.
She's known the whole time. No, that was the tattoo on the thigh. That was that. Oh no, they're going to try and reject me. So I need to do something incredibly permanent, something very lasting that will make them feel.
You can't break up with me after I get a tattoo.
No, not in this state. What? And so that's what they were like, oh, yeah, let's rethink that here. But she is feeling like a burden on the Davis family. Like they have all their shit together. They're in such a great family dynamic. And April and Jennifer are just such great wives. And what am I? I'm not good. I'm not worthy of being part of this family. And she can't wrap her mind around that or get out of that headspace.
Why did I kind of like her in this conversation, though?
I mean, the way she is blaming herself. Like, this is all the negative stuff that they've been talking about, where it was like the negative self-talk, the talking down on her abilities, and like the doubt, the self-doubt and everything. Like this was all fully on display here.
Okay, but she's also acknowledging that she has a lot of trauma from, throughout her life and her past relationships. So she is she's self-aware. Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Well, and Brandon's seeing a pattern too, because he's like, look, she has been like, we've been friends for 20 years. She's been known to like beat herself up about stuff for other things unrelated to this. So this isn't totally out of the ordinary for what Brandon's seen either. Brandon.
I'm not understanding why I felt so like empathetic towards her in this conversation. Previously, I felt like, she was a squatter that was just trying to weasel her way into this family. Now I just feel bad for her because I think the more time she's spent with them, the worse mental place that she's in.
Yeah, like strangely enough, it's just that has not pulled her up. I think that was what she was hoping for, right? Is that they have this positive approach, this reinforcement of their family unit that's like very admirable for her. And she wants to be part of that. And so she was hoping that they would be able to kind of like lift her out of this depressive state that she finds herself in relationships, because then she's talking about how this is why monogamy hasn't really been a viable option for her. This is why she's been going for polygamy, polyamory, whatever the
she
setup.
called it polygamy, but it's polyamory.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that that's the right decision.
I don't think it's going to fix what she is having issues with.
Just because what we've seen play out as a pattern on these shows, anything related to polygamy, is that a lot of times even fairly confident people feel a lot of self-doubt being in a relationship where they're sharing a partner with other people. So why would this be a better solution for you if that's something that you already struggle with?
It seems like you need more reinforcement. You need more attention. You need more direct communication about stuff. Like, that's not something that you get. You get less of that.
It also seems harder just because you have to trust more people.
Well, that's what I was going to say too, is like, that's the whole other element of it. It's more people to be jealous and feel inferior to, which that's what's happening more often than not. Like, she has a great connection with Nick in her mind that she feels, that direct connection is good, but it's just where she's lacking is where she feels the comparison point to April and Jennifer. I didn't like that she kept saying that she would be devastated. Like, devastated was a word that kept coming up repeatedly as she was talking about this. If she left them or if they left her. Devastation.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because it's very clear that the Davises have been trying to get rid of her for a while now. April is referring to her as an energy vampire now.
Well, Teresa's stance is, I can't fuck this up. I really hope I don't mess this up. And it's like, I think it's already over.
It's been over,
like
yeah.
Like, you've passed that point now. Because, we're going to have mocktails and a performance review in the living room.
This was weird. They're having to force her to have conversations with them because she tries to have as few as possible.
They had to coax her out of her room with a mocktail. And she's still a little cagey. She's coming down. She's looking around. She's kind of peeking around corners. She's like, oh, shit, the cameras are here. So something is going on. But this seems fun, though. Mocktails, it's like orange juice in a wine glass. So this is fun. This is a little kooky.
The conversation turns very quickly.
Does not take long.
Nick's like, so there's a reason why HR is on this call.
We've been walking on eggshells. You're an energy vampire. It's very upsetting. You're throwing off the entire dynamic of the house.
The vibe has shifted since you've arrived here.
You're disrupting peace within our home. Okay? Does that make sense?
Like, damn.
Does that make sense? Ooh. And she knows. Okay, yeah, she knows where this is going. She's experienced these sorts of conversations before, and she immediately goes, if we could just table this, because, like, I'm not really feeling a breakup today, okay? So, like,
I could tell that's where this is headed.
I know.
I'd like to no longer have this meeting.
I'm just gonna go for a drive for a little bit and clear my head, okay? Like, we can pick this back up when I get back. But then that's what they're saying. That doesn't happen because Teresa will just leave these difficult conversations when they're trying to talk to her about something. And then she comes home and pretends like nothing happened. Nothing's changed. And she won't pick that conversation back up. This isn't like a cool down from the intensity of the emotion that we're feeling in this. This is a run away from this conversation because I know how it's going to end and I don't want that to happen right now. So we're going to bury that and pretend it never happened.
April's over it. She was so pissed. She was like, we're getting her to move out tonight. I don't care what it takes. Nick had to like word vomit everything out before Teresa was able to get up and walk away just because they never get, I guess, to get to the point of the conversation when they do attempt to talk to her.
Well, then you have Jennifer, who's like, maybe if we give her one more chance, then she'll be able to straighten all of this out and then things will be fine. And it's like, shut up, Jenny. Turn your brain back off and let mom and dad make the decision here on this one, okay? Because we've already explored all of our other options. Now she's ripping her mic pack off and hopping in the Pacifica to go drive around town. That's not going to fix this. A breakup's a breakup, and it's got to happen today.
No, and Nick, we don't really see him get that emotional. He was mad. He's like, I'm not chasing after her. If that's what she thinks that I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it. That's it. When she gets back here, we can have an adult conversation.
Maybe. Yeah, like, because she's still going to pretend like it's not going to happen. And as soon as you bring it up again, she's going to have those feelings again, and she's going to want to run away again.
I think they're going to need to just pack her room up while she's gone.
It's going to be one of those types of things, yeah, where you have to be escorted off the premises here. But the cohabitation is the increased complication here because, now you're basically dealing with an eviction notice, which that gets to be a whole gray area too. When you're cohabitating like this, it's tricky. That's tricky.
They thought that they didn't like Dannielle because she would just move out in the middle of the night and then end up coming back.
Count your blessings.
For real. Now you now you got someone who won't leave.
Man, it's different. Yeah. We were looking for somebody different from Dannielle, somebody who was here for the long haul. And unfortunately, we don't want her to be here for the long haul. And yet she remains.
I want to talk about Garrick and Dannielle next. Because we had a real cliffhanger at the end of the last episode about will they get married? What's going to happen inside the courthouse?
The courthouse.
Poor Dannielle is still loitering outside, crying, wondering if the paperwork shuffle's that big a deal.
I thought she was going to set the building on fire or call in a bomb threat or something. Anything that she could do to stop this from happening, she was going to do it.
And then a few moments later, we see Garrick and Roberta number 3 walk through the doors.
It's official.
Man and wife, they're married.
Part of the family. We're going to go to a sushi bar to celebrate here. Frank has sake shots for everyone.
I can't believe they did it. Just logistically that they managed to get to the courthouse and get married.
We still don't know if they did, technically. If they did it right, if the prenup is good, if that will hold up, if the paperwork was filed correctly. I don't know. Did
Garrick sign his name on all the correct lines?
Did we do it? I mean, I guess in theory, yes.
The scene on the couch where they're using the translator because Lorrana is expressing how she feels about finally getting married, and then it just butchers whatever she said.
The trolling that's going on with production now, where they're like, this is ridiculous, this is absurd. And they are highlighting the absurdity now.
What did it even say? It said something about pennies.
A penny. Yeah, something about
pennies from heaven.
You and me.
And Garrick just stares blankly ahead.
Yeah, because now they have Garrick seated in between both of his wives on the couch because now that Roberta number 3 is officially a member of the family, she's included in their confessional interviews.
She gets to be in the talking heads now.
Yes. And Garrick is just holding both of their hands like a deer in the headlights.
He has no idea if what the translator came out with was correct or not because he doesn't really comprehend much that's being said to him or about him.
His brain operates bilingually now, so he can't tell if he's just fluent in Portuguese now or if it's just not registering for all the English words.
What time was this? It looked like it was like 11 in the morning and they went to go get sushi.
The place was empty. Yeah. Nobody was in there.
And champagne?
Sushi,
champagne and sake.
Not a great mix, I don't think. In rural Colorado? In Aspen? Near the courthouse? I don't know.
This is the first time that Garrick has to explain Danny and Roberta number 3 to somebody because this is the guy who owns the sushi place or the server. He comes up to the table and it's an odd sight. Garrick's still wearing his cowboy hat, his little bolo tie. There are 2 women dressed up like they've just come from a wedding party. And he says, well, this is my wife and my wife. These are both my wives.
Shocking, as always. But Dannielle's just proud that they've been able to get through this together because she needs to put Roberta number 3 and Garrick's relationship ahead of her own relationship because if their relationship is strong, if Garrick's strong, if Lorrana's strong, then Dannielle's strong too. Liv's strong. It's all strong.
Yeah, there's another word salad. It felt like reading their book.
Yeah, a little bit.
Later on, Dannielle and Sam, Lady Sam, they go out and they talk about the fact that the marriage has now happened.
They're having a good old-fashioned deli shit talk. That's what's going on.
Is that what it was?
Some cured meats and talking shit.
Dannielle is expressing some regret that she wishes that Garrick didn't have to marry either of them, that they could just be on an even playing field. But obviously, when you're bringing somebody here from another country and they require a visa, that this is the way that they had to do things. And somehow, even though she already regrets this, they're talking about doing it again.
I don't think you should be talking about it on camera that you're going to do it again. Of like, oh, we have to wait 2 years, though, to have Lorrana's documentation, her immigration status be updated so that they can get divorced and we can do this again with a third wife. And it's like, I don't think you should be saying that on camera.
No.
That you're entering into these marriages with the intent only to change their immigration status, to then divorce them and then recruit another person into this process. That's not something you should be admitting on camera for national television. I'm just saying. That's not good.
Sam's more concerned about talking about changing the bed sheets. This is the 8th time they've had this conversation this season, just of various people talking about how disgusting it is to go to Garrick's room and share bed sheets.
Yeah, like, why aren't you doing it the way that everybody else suggests of, like, it should be Garrick going to your individual bed room. You should each have your own room. And then Garrick goes to that. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not how this works, though. Because Garrick doesn't like to change bedrooms. It's his bedroom. And then we come to his bedroom.
Danny is carrying her toothbrush upstairs, downstairs. Sometimes she forgets it and she has to interrupt Lorrana and Garrick's evening to come retrieve her toothbrush.
Strategically, yeah. I feel like that's
She's leaving a lot of things in there.
I feel like that could be a little mishap. Maybe part of the learning curve here, as you're not sure what you have in your toiletry bag, or you left some stuff on the counter or something like that. Maybe buy another fucking toothbrush.
I know.
Maybe
Have you learned nothing from Cody Brown? You just get multiples of things.
Yeah. You need just additional versions of this lying around. The part of the questioning that stood out to me, though, was when Lady Sam was like, is this what you want for your life, though? Like, as part, just holistically, like, is this what you want, Dannielle? And then Danielle's like, oh, I am absolutely certain that this is what God wants for me. And it's like, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question, though. I need you to listen and hear the question again. Is it what you want? Is it what you want?
No.
Because I think the answer would be no. Because she has to keep answering it as, this is what God wants. God wants this for me. And it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that answer. I don't like that way that we're going about this.
I think it's insane that they're still talking to people on the apps. Like, they're already trying to get ahead of, okay, it'll take us 2 years for Lorrana to get her green card. So we can't waste that time. We'll start searching for somebody who's willing to come here.
Well, that was where it was like, oh, it would be great if we could find somebody in the U.S., because then that wouldn't be something that we would need to marry to have them stay here to find a citizen. That would be best case.
How long until Garrick suggests that Dannielle could marry somebody so that they don't have to wait for Lorrana's immigration status to change?
Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Thinking ahead.
See, they should have done that as the Nick Davis way. It should have been Dannielle marrying Roberta number 3 for this time. And that would have been the way to do that.
I guess they'll have to consult God and see what he thinks about that plan.
Yeah, they're going to have to check the breezeway again here for another message. And Danielle's concerned too. She's like, it's very different to be in the position for Roberta number 3 joining the family. Super fun. That's great. That's awesome. But then when we try to add someone else after the Roberta, that's when the problems come to light here.
So that's why Danielle's trying to rush to that point.
That's her usual move.
None of the other things have gotten rid of her, but maybe this will.
This is usually what happens, is where now there's the work of you have to kind of bottle up all of this shit, all of your emotions that you have about this, and just stuff those to the side because we're adding someone else to the family. And that's just something that you got to deal with.
The Williamson family, I think they were my favorite in this episode.
This was a good one. Yeah, this was good. We got to see Reise on a good date.
Yeah, it took a while for them to warm up.
But they're bringing it now.
It's good now, yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing it. So we were picking up where we left off. Reise was trying to say he met Randi at a park. No, you met up with her at a park.
Like, met her at a public playground.
You didn't, brush hands grabbing the same swing and then decide to go grab a bite. No, that was a blind date. It was set up. So now they're waiting for Billie Jean to arrive. They're still kind of conversing a little bit here. They're playing 20 questions. Gets a little risque.
Randi just wants to ask questions about sex.
Some sexy stuff. Yeah, she's getting right down to business here. What's the wildest place you've had sex, Reise? And he was like, I don't know, the foot of the bed, probably.
I think that she was concerned because when they were at the playground, didn't he mention that he's vanilla in bed?
Yes, he did mention that. And she laughed because she thought maybe it was a joke. And then she's like, well, let's dig into this a little bit more.
Revisiting that again.
No, yeah, that's very accurate. Yes. He's basically talking about not a place, maybe a car, I guess. Like, that's probably about it. But that's like a very Midwestern thing, I guess, is just sex in the car. That's kind of standard issue. So
well, when he said maybe the car, I was like,
maybe?
did it or did it not happen? Is that your guess of?
I don't know if it actually counts from what we were doing. Yeah. What favorite positions then? He was like, can I tell you positions that I don't like?
There's a lot of them, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to go that route, if you don't have any favorites that are jumping out, tell me the ones you don't like. Reverse cowgirl, just because sometimes the parts don't line up. That's his issue with that. All the other positions, though, I'm okay with. The two that I've tried, I'm good. All the other ones, very into it.
He's making it very hard to believe that he wants to have sex.
Well, I don't know. Do things get better like when Billie Jean joins? Because then
No.
I think it gets worse for Reise after she arrives.
When she walked in, it was like the start of a job interview. So why are you here? What interested you in being part of our company?
What
are your strengths and weaknesses?
That was the feedback that Reise had at the ice cream date, though, with old Bessie, because she was like, oh, this sounds like work, like what you guys are looking for. Not a relationship necessarily. It sounds like a job that you want, like, people to take care of your kids and stuff.
We would like you to birth some of our children.
Yes, that would be best case scenario here. So that's why it's sounding like a job interview in some of these, is because it is. They're kind of looking for a worker here.
The vibe. Reise is overly excited, right? Because when she asked the question about why do you want to do this, he screams, she's got baby fever.
They were talking about kids. They were talking about raising family and the village and, bringing all the stuff together.
He's on a high because this date has gone better than he could ever imagine.
Also, he has things that he has learned about Randi at this point that he's able to share with Billie Jean. So he's excited to, put that on display here. But then Randi's like, okay, he mentioned the vanilla in bed thing. So does he just lie there? Do you have to do all the work then? Or
this is sounding like a lot of work to a lot of people.
What is the, yeah.
This is the second person who's felt like maybe being part of this family would be a lot of exertion on their end.
Yeah. It's like Billie Jean, though, she makes the joke. I think she said, because they had to bleep it. I think she was saying something about oh no, he just needs to get hard. That he would have erectile dysfunction of some kind.
I don't know if that's what she said. I thought that she said gets, not get, but I missed the whole thing.
He just needs to get blank. And I was like, is that what she's saying? Or is she saying he just needs to get laid? Or I don't know. I took it as maybe it was a nod
helping
to ED, but that's not a first date joke either. When you're talking about this man who's I'm very vanilla in bed. And then also, yeah, sometimes I won't be able to get it up.
Well, and obviously there have been a lot of accusations about his sexuality since this season started. That's not helping.
No, it doesn't sound like it's an enjoyable experience for him at this point. But they are comfortable, obviously, talking about all this stuff. They are kind of hitting it off, the three of them together now. But that's where the jealousy kind of starts to creep in a little bit for Billie Jean.
Yeah, part of the problem is that it's very obvious that Reise and Randi are comfortable with each other, and they've only been around each other for, I don't know, a couple hours max at this point. And that's starting to make her feel like, wow, I didn't see this coming. Usually the dates go so poorly that I never have to consider he may have chemistry with somebody.
I've never dealt with this before because, most women are repulsed by Reise. So that's what I thought this was going to be, it was finding someone who would settle for Reise, that I would be okay with that. But yeah, him finding a connection and them joking and laughing and hitting it off. So they're kind of talking about it now after that date finishes out. They're doing some yard work back at home. Reise is feeding the chickens and Billie Jean's working on the lawnmower because there's like guy responsibilities that Billie Jean has to do that Reise shies away from. I wonder if they have indoor outdoor responsibility set similar to our household.
I'm an indoor cat. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a little bit different.
That's just the way it is.
But Randi messaged Reise. There was like follow up after that date. And so he was bringing it up to Billie Jean. And Billie Jean's kind of a little hesitant now because, again, it's just that connection. There was like an instant spark there, some chemistry that makes her a little apprehensive now.
It was funny to see how quick Reise got frustrated because this whole time he's felt like he was going to be the one who messed this up for them, that Billie Jean really wanted this. And it's so hard for him to find anyone who's mutually interested in him. He's achieved that. And now she's the one who's pulling back.
I think he was relieved that he wasn't the one to mess this up. It's a woman I did not scare off at this point. So this is good news because you were the one who pushed for this. You want this to happen. I haven't messed it up yet. And now you're telling me that that could be a problem because now you're getting uncomfortable with it. So they're getting along too well. It's going too good. And so now the what ifs, the worry, the fear, all that stuff's sort of creeping in for Billie Jean.
And questions that you probably should have tried to anticipate before you met somebody. Because she's like, what if you fall out of love with me and you end up having stronger feelings for her? Is that not something that you could have thought of beforehand?
She hasn't put herself in that space at all.
No, I think this felt so far off in the distance that they would even get to the point that she would have to consider that.
Yeah, and like for her, she wasn't even thinking about that because every time they asked her about jealousy and stuff, she's like, well, I've never really experienced it, and I guess I'll just have to sort of figure that out when I get there.
Today's the day, baby girl.
Maybe run through a few of those scenarios and see what that would be like in your head to see if it's something that you want to do. Because now you do have someone who is genuinely interested in you, and they haven't been intimate yet, according to Reise. But that's going to be a whole nother level of sort of insecurity and exploration when we get to that point.
So she asks if they can reassess. Maybe let's change some of the rules because she wants to spend some time with the other person who Reise is dating. Is that what I'm gathering? That she wants to go on some, not a date, but she wants to meet them and get to know them better too.
Well, yeah, like at first she was saying, open it up for me to date. And I was like, she's gonna date people? And it was like, no. She wants to go on like every other date with Reise and Randi. She wants to be part of that.
I mean, she did just go on the first one.
Right? Yeah, it seemed like that was...
You know what that tells me? She's uncomfortable letting them go on a date alone together.
Okay. Like that was from the onset thing?
That she's seeing that there's chemistry between them and that she doesn't feel comfortable letting him go on dates alone now. Because the first date that went really badly with Bess, she was totally fine with. And she was cheering him on.
From afar.
Yeah.
She wasn't right around the corner.
Now we've had a change of heart.
Well, now he's making D jokes as soon as you sit down at the table because she was asking if Randi wants some of the tea on Reise. And Reise goes, or maybe some of the D. And Reise gets a chuckle out of that himself. Randi is enjoying that. Billie Jean did not think that was funny. Much. Did not agree with that joke at all. Reconsider that one. Think that through again.
All right. I need just a show of Billie Jean and Reise and the Merrifields.
And the Davises. No, this is good. This is good. This is a good season. The Johnsons are kind of the flat tire right now a little bit.
And Yesel and Danny, just because I think this is the end of their story. Jackie broke up with them.
I liked Yesel and Danny more with Jackie. So maybe that's what the issue is, because then that's what everybody in their family is so worried about Danny and Yesel breaking up, that would be like worst case scenario. It's whoever you add into the mix with them, it like dilutes both of them. And so it is good. But yeah, when we have Jackie, she added in, I liked Jackie as part of their story, and then now she's just gone. So that's the bummer. I guess we'll have to see where they go from there.
Next episode, the Davises reach a breaking point with Teresa. Anjelica turns to her opinionated family for support and to reveal that they are polygamists. Billie Jean and Randi hash out hard truths. Yesel returns home and confronts Danny about Jackie. The Merrifields are unprepared when life throws a curveball.
Uh-oh, I think I know what that is. Big stuff happening. Yeah, because they weren't really in the preview for next week.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's the penultimate episode.
Okay.
We're getting to the end of the season now. I think there's still a big storyline to come for the Merrifields.
A lot's happening. You don't want to miss it.
Also, you don't want to miss Mom Talk Marathon.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, you kind of already have. But if you go back a few episodes...
No, that means you can binge them all because the episodes are out.
They're all here. Yeah, you didn't miss it. It's all available now.
So go back, listen to all of our recaps of Season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and then we'll see you here next week for more Seeking Sister Wife. Thanks for listening. See you next time.